What's up, everyone? It's DeagleBeagle, and today we're going to go over Mamoswine. So, the ability you would probably want to use with it would be Oblivious. You can't be intimidated, is the main thing. Can't be taunted either. So, Infatuation's not used that much. It would mostly just be intimidated, maybe taunt. Even though they probably wouldn't taunt it anyways. So, this Pokemon has been good in the past. It's probably never been top tier, but it could be pretty good, especially with all the Landers running around and Iron Hands. I imagine it would do pretty decently well. You could probably use Focus Sash with it and Earthquake, or actually high horsepower would probably be more common. So you don't need a specific team to make it do well to wall the Earthquake, and probably Protect. This would probably be pretty standard, but let's look at its other moves. It does get Heavy Slam, which would be nice versus Flutter Mane, but I don't think I would run Heavy Slam personally because you just don't have room, and high horsepower or whatever is going to do enough anyways. That plus probably an ice shard. So it's possible though. On maybe another set, I'll show you another set that could have it. So you could probably use Assault Vest, get away with Assault Vest with it, but it does have a decent amount of weaknesses, so you might want like Sash with it, but if you're using like max HP and Assault Vest, you could probably get away with doing that. I'm not saying it kind of needs Sash, but it having all those weaknesses, I just feel more comfortable with the Sash personally. And as far as Terras go, really depends on what you're trying to do with it. If you're trying to, well, first let's actually look at the common Pokemon. So you would probably want a Tera that makes you wall Rapid Strike, and Iron Hands. You could probably wall a Drain Punch if you use enough HP. Even with no HP, it has somewhat high HP, so you might barely wall that. Let's calculate that. And let's just say worst case scenario. What? It doesn't even have Mamoswine in the damage calculator. Let's go back a few generations. Oh yeah, I want to have Iron Hands, huh? What's another Pokemon that has about the same attack? Well, a little bit more than Machamp, let's just say, and you use Drain Punch. So it would be like, where is it? It would do slightly more. Let's just say 80 power, because Iron Hands can have like 207 attack or whatever. So like Mamoswine could maybe wall that, but let's go back to even 7. Let's just say it was like an Iron Hands with exactly 200 attack. Well, it would still most likely die. Yeah, so you would probably want some attack with it. If you're using Sash, though, you probably could just use max speed. That would probably make the most sense. But and you could use Jolly if you want, but that wouldn't outspeed that much more. So you would probably want to use Adamant, and it boosts up Ice Shard. This one, you would probably want max HP. Maybe not. Actually, you might want some speed to outspeed like Rillaboom and whatnot. And then let's just say something like that. And give it, yeah, some HP. And then you kind of fix its low special defense problem and its bulk issue with HP. And then it has decent bulk all around. And this would be pretty decent. Now, as far as versus the top Pokemon, um, and Tera's, you would probably want either, what is it weak to? Water, fire if you don't use thick fat, and fighting, it's neutral to ice, weak to grass. Am I missing anything? That's at least 4 weaknesses though. So you might want Sash or Assault Vest on it. Other than that, I suppose you could use Life Orb or whatever, but I would probably recommend one of those 2 items. And then so Tera Water would probably be pretty good, especially considering how it's part ground. So they're not gonna most likely use an electric move against you unless they predict the Tera Water. And let's see what else. Maybe something to resist fighting or grass or whatever, but you would probably want to prioritize walling like a water move because rapid strike is just so common and it goes through protect. So especially if you're using protect, you would want a Tera that makes you resist that, but even not, you would still probably want like either water or maybe grass. It would wall like Urshifu and Iron Hands and go through Amoonguss and wall Amoonguss, and it would resist a few more things like Landorus. But let's see really quick. Yeah, but you actually don't use grass because it's still going to be weak to fire. And like Chiyu, like water just sounds really good. Even though that wouldn't help versus Rillaboom. Like grass would help versus that. Or what am I thinking of? Even Dragon you could maybe get away with. And it would resist some things. But then that just makes you more weak to Flutter Mane. So you got to be careful if you use that. I probably wouldn't use Dragon myself, just because Flutter Mane's so common. I would probably just use water. So I imagine water is going to be the most common. Or a stab. You could use like Tera Ground with it, and it'll be more powerful. Or I'm trying to think, Tera Ice. I don't know. Nah, I probably wouldn't want to use a stab Tera with it. If I did, it'd probably be Tera Ice, but yeah, just use Tera Water with it. Oh, and it's weak to steel. So if you use Tera Water, you don't have that issue anymore. Now, if it's a Sash, okay, if it's a Sash set, you could use either Ghost or like Tera Ice or something because it has Sash. But but it already has Protect, so you probably wouldn't want to use Tera Ghost. You would probably just want to Protect instead of busting a Tera just for the chance they might fake out. But if you have Tera Ghost, you could just bluff that and not even Tera. So up to you. And I think this Pokemon's probably going to be like, let me look at the list again. Probably A tier. Like not great, but like good. Like not one of the top Pokemon, but like somewhat high tier, because it can hit some of these Pokemon hard and have a priority move and Oblivious, so it's a hard hitting physical attacker. I just think it has a lot of weaknesses, and that's probably the main reason why it won't be like top tier. It just has too many weaknesses. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video.